operate either as a CBO, an NGO, or as individuals, you don't find people feeling safe because they are bringing funding money. Yet, with the clubs and the associations you're talking about, planners can actually come out already as institutions that can get practical on the ground, go to the villages, help them set up their villages correctly, and funding could actually come from the villagers who need that help. So that word funding, I think, really has kept us captive, and it is so difficult to convince the youth that the days of funding are gone. We've missed that window. Even funding the church is not just the government, not just the programs. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. And keenly observing that the MCR now can be making counties resilient, not making cities, because now counties are local authorities, they are local engagement partners. And again, the reason why I like the detailed discussion that you made with us, as much as you made it very brief, is that today our government is looking at funds, not the process. So today, if you ask who need money for making their counties resilient, everybody needs money. But the process of knowing what is bankable, as you indicate, needs to take time. So if you probably having this kind of team, and I know our president is very passionate, and an opportunity of it being in school with him, those slightly behind, we need to, the way he has started a problem of engaging with our county governors, and you know, honestly, they want to have a feel of how the locals are engaged. And whenever there is a sharing, a public participation, as the people are learning, there is a process of transformation that takes place. Then we are able to identify real projects. Otherwise now, we are project driven. The question is, where is our partner and how much do they have, so that we begin. So thank you very much. Mine was a commendation, not really much of a question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This should be the second last one.
Thank you, very important. Mine is a question. I would like to know, how can Kenya take advantage of the recent regional and international perspective to better its policies in disaster risk reduction, preparing to Sendai framework for action, that is for 2015 to 2030. And the other one is, I would like to actually, how can we classify? You say there are no natural disasters. And we just asking, how do we classify disasters like earthquakes or volcanic eruptions?
The last one, Brenda.
Thank you. My name is Crispin. I'm an alumni of Send University, Department of Urban and Regional Planning. Currently, I'm taking my master's degree in Urban and Regional Planning from the University of Nairobi, and I also work with the Greenwich Special Consultants based in Nairobi. I have a few questions or concerns. First goes to the department, the academia. We have 3 universities in the Western region. There's a new concept of marine spatial planning that has come up. What is the field of academia doing to ensure that we don't just leave this issue of marine spatial planning to engineers and others, but also we get a take as planners in the same. And the next question or a concern goes to the CEO of KIP. As of now, we are saying that our planning should be at a local level, and a local level as per our constitution at the ward levels. And we also have around 1,450 wards, but as of now we only have plans at the sub-county level. The sub-counties are 290 nationwide, but again, the implementation of that planning team at the sub-county level is not fully undertaken. So what are you doing as Kim to ensure that we not only get employment for planners who are in the field, but also ensure that the localization of planning that we're talking about is actually actualized? The last one, this one is quite general. I'm concerned with how we have allowed the architects and structural engineers to approve houses that majorly, if you look at the trend that is coming right now, people would prefer coming up with houses that are meant that like the pavements are covered and they forget to plant trees on the same. So what are we going to do as planners to ensure that even if you are putting covers on your walkways, then you ensure that you come up with a place that you are planting trees, because we all know of the act of Cut 1, Plant 2, which was given, but currently it seems to be not working. So what's there for us as planners that we can put in place to ensure that even as someone put up a structure, then you ensure that you have a space for plantation of trees for betterment of our climate? Thank you.
Okay, that was the final comment. I think from the four people who have asked queries, the first two passed for comments. They were general comments. The last two presenters had queries. The first one being to UNDRR, and the second one being to the KIP president. Madam Isabel, if you had the question, did you get the questions? Okay.
Yes, I did. Anything pertaining to Kenya hits me different, because I'm also pain. I feel the pain once that you imagine. Yes, on the policies and plans. First of all, just for information, Kenya was the host of the last regional platform for disaster risk reduction, African Regional Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction, held in November of 2021. So it was held in Nairobi. So in terms of proximity to knowledge, proximity to resources, Kenya is not at a loss. They know who to contact. We have a lot of regional agencies, whether in research, UN agencies, NGOs, CSOs. Most of the regional hubs are actually based in Nairobi. So in terms of the expertise, it's available. However, we have one huge problem, and this is the lack of a legal framework governing disaster risk reduction and resilience. We do not have a legal backing, and so from that follows the institutionalization of the whole concept of resilience. What we have right now are a lot of the institutions that are almost of similar mandates, but not quite. I don't know how many of you are aware of the structure that exists at national level for managing disasters in general. We have one National Disaster Operations Center, which is the one mandated for, kind of holistic looking at disaster risk reduction. But we also have National Disaster Management Unit that also has a similar mandate, but was formed following the JKIA fire by a presidential directive. And I'm not done. We also have a National Drought Management Agency or authority that deals specifically with the hazard of drought. Are you seeing where I'm going? Yes? We don't have one office that has the mandate for looking at disaster risk reduction comprehensively and the capacities that require them, that facilitate them to do the same. And this can only be done if we had a legal framework. So a law needs to be in place, needs to be asserted. We've come close many times.
but also the devil has happened many times. So that's on that. The other is a classification of disasters. I will send you to the terminology. Terminologies, there's a document called terminologies on the UNDRR website, just so that you can go onto our website and add one more click. Okay? Start.
Alright. What are we doing to enhance capacity, especially at the world level? And this is something I just want to ask the branch, the region, has been activated to follow through. So we have 3 efforts at KIP. Number 1 is advocacy. We've seen the opportunity that we have in new governments, and we're reaching out to the president, the governors, the policy and decision makers, and translating now the value of planning in 3 aspects. We're telling our governors you'll have enhanced revenue if you have proper capacity at the lowest level, a planner at the world level, a planner in every urban center. 2 is income generation for the people, that having capacity at the local level will enhance incomes and livelihoods, because we're able to control where informal or mushrooming centers are coming that inhibited income for those who are formalized, so to speak, and employment. So we're changing and putting the value of planning in those 3 aspects, and so far we are getting hard. We want to just push that. This is something we can follow up every 6 months and every year. You know, Governor, you indicated we have more planners in this world, so that is one thing we'll also follow up. The other one is preparation of those plans, preparation of ward level ward development plans, which we've offered in every county through KIP. We want to do we're offering to do select ward development plan. The strategic importance of this is that we'll be able to bring in our other critical group, the members of county assembly, who approve budgets and also oversight. So then they become a pillar on our side through development of ward level plans to say, look, my ward does not have a plan. I may want in the next budget, please budget for having a planner and other essential officers at that level. And then 3 is through such sessions, and we have an upcoming convention from the 28th of this month to the 2nd, where we're targeting to bring policymakers into one room and just show them the benefits of this. We'll also be following up in having regional retreats for these key decision makers. So we also be prepared as a region, Dr. Paul and the team, to reach out to the governors and the decision makers and the chief officers, the CECMs, the municipal managers and chairpersons, that within the region we'll have 1 or 2 retreats for this project, either as a follow-up or as a retooling initiative. So those are some of the things we wish to do, but we are like to much more, because that is an essential bit of not only putting people at the center of planning and development, but also making sure that coordination of funds to have more meaningful impact on the ground. I also touch on the marine spatial, even as I allow Tali to also speak on it more. KIP has also partnered with the Western Indian Ocean Marine Science Organization to push for a degree course on marine spatial planning. And this is not only on the ocean side, but also on the lake side. So there is an opportunity for one of the universities here for that. But we also met and discussed with the Kenya Marine Spatial Planning, Spatial Socio-Economic Development program, a World Bank funded program that is also pushing for marine spatial planning, especially integrating marine spatial planning into our national spatial plan. And one of the key recommendations we have is we want planners to be trained or planners to be skilled or a degree on marine spatial planning to be taken up. And this is to also push it. Thank you.
All queries have been responded to.
The universities have not said something.
Okay.
Thank you. What was his name? Kristen. I think we gave you very good training because we always say, always do a SWOT analysis of everything. And I can see you're doing well in the world. Okay? What Maseno as an institution has done about marine spatial planning is within the program of urban and regional planning, disaster management. We've actually done a revision. Normally we do revisions of programs after a period of 5 years. We've just done a revision, and that is something that we've looked at. It's within the program, marine spatial planning, not as a program but as a unit within the program of urban and regional planning. However, the current first years henceforth are the people who will benefit from
it. Kazi kwako.